One, two, three, four. Maggie Thatcher was a right. Everybody, I'm back. This is MV broadcasting from Cardiff, Wales, in a very cool, slightly windy Cardiff. It's bright outside. I've just gone away and had some lovely carbonara just to treat myself on a Sunday afternoon. Been back now on from holiday for the last 3 weeks. Really enjoyed myself. I needed that break. And then I've got into the mindset of just getting work done. So I've been in a very productive mood. But over the last couple of days, slowly getting myself back in the community, watching a few streams. And I really enjoyed watching Beatles Eternally last night. That was a long one, I think. I didn't stay for all of it. I was in and out, and I'll probably listen to the rest of it. But it was really funny, as usual. Really good to hear everybody together. And opining about a variety of games, baseball games, different games other than baseball, about the changes in baseball itself. Is it the product that we grew up with? I think the consensus is no, but understandably the sport has evolved, and I guess the underlying question is, has it evolved for the greater good? I can't speak for baseball, to be honest, because I didn't grow up with it, but I do have a knowledge of it. But I can speak for other sports that I did grow up with, and I still go with. Soccer is still soccer to me, but the rule changes, and there are many. But I think the rule changes in soccer have been for the good. I think for cricket also. Interestingly, Test cricket, which was the longer version, that is an argument to and for has it died or not. It's probably doesn't pull in the crowds unless it's Australia, India, or Australia, England, or England. India, Australia, or England playing in series, they tend to pick up a lot. The Great West Indian team, which is to draw all the crowds, major crowds, because the West Indies cricket has declined, in Test cricket anyway, that has declined. Pakistan, with all the troubles over there, although it's better now, they have declined in terms of attendance, I think. South Africa, same. And Sri Lanka to some extent. So Test cricket has declined over the years. Not the sport. It's still the sport I grew up with, but just not as popular, it seems, to the masses. I don't know why, because it's a great game. On the other hand, T20 cricket's gone the exact opposite way. That was an evolution from 20 years ago, shorter version of the short version of cricket, which was one-day internationals. That's gone the other way. That's come very, very popular. So evolution in cricket has really helped and bring newer fans, younger fans into the game, and television and lots of revenue and money. So that's what keeps kind of Test cricket alive, I think. And all of those boards of India, West Indies, all the governing bodies have raked in their money, it seems, from T20. Now, that brings the middle one-day internationals, into focus, which is the middle version of cricket, call it like the middle brother, and that one declined in the last 10 years because T20 took over. So evolution can have a plus effect and a minus effect. With baseball, I don't know what that effect is. I still see the game. I don't watch it like the way I used to. Hence why I play this game. I think it was Bernie who said yesterday, and I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Bernie said yesterday that he finds playing action PC more interesting than modern baseball. I think I'm paraphrasing here. But I found it really intriguing because here I am. The World Series has gone. I probably watched a fraction of the games. I was more interested in Philadelphia getting to the World Series, to be honest. And once they choked, then I was finished. Because I kind of like that Philly team. I think they're built for playoff baseball as opposed to title baseball, if that makes sense. Division baseball. With that all in mind, and like I said, an interesting debate yesterday. If you didn't hear it, go back and watch that one. There's quite a few people on it, about 15 people. It really had me smiling, because of reminding me of what I like about the community and the variety of personalities, all with different opinions and personalities. And, sometimes argue points for and against, but in a harmonious manner, which is really good to hear and good to see and very refreshing. So, myself, I will continue to broadcast my 1982 season, mostly on British time, so it'll be a bit easier for me to squeeze myself in. But there's always the alternative for watching the recording, which always helps. So without further ado, we go back to 1982. I have DH on, as a reminder, Ghost Runner on, and Interleague play. I'm letting the GM handle everything. I did start off with the Yankees, and they are the surprise of 1982 because in real life they finished 5th. And here they are, 51 and 31, leading the entire, or second in the entire major leagues. The Philadelphia Phillies are working towards form, or playing true to form, but they are tied with St. Louis, who actually won the East. So that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to Montreal Expos to step up. In the West, the Dodgers continue to do well. That's a good team over there in Los Angeles. And in the West, I'm looking for California to come forward, and KC. So they're in the hunt, and Seattle have been surprising. So, let's see now. Why is it not working? Okay, good. So, I've got some things lined up already for today. There's some fans I know who supports who. The Blue Jays versus the Orioles. There's Scott McGregor. Doyle Alexander and Jack Morris, they will become teammates in a couple of years. I think Doyle would move over. So that looks like a good game. I'm looking for Von Hayes, who plays for Cleveland. He's a very interesting, underrated character who played for the Phillies and the Cleveland. Here he's at Cleveland. This looks like a good one. Cleveland versus KC. Got a very veteran San Francisco Giant. I think that's Joe Morgan's last season. I'm looking for matchups because I do like, the matchups. Boston are very disappointing at the moment. Bird, not Larry, versus San Diego. So I'm going to choose, and I'm a bit rusty actually because I haven't played the game for about a month and a half because of the holiday I took. We're going to go with Detroit. Can this young Tiger team take on a surprising New York team? So, without further ado, here we go. Like I said, I'm a bit rusty, excuse me. Not playing as any team. Let the computer take the lineup. That's it. And also here. There you go, DH on. Well, it is a American League game anyway. And you can start, the GM is taking care of the lineup. So here we go. Alright everyone, we're at Tiger Stadium and I'm going to have to quickly remember how to do this. This is at a new screenshot I've got of Tiger Stadium. Reset labels, as Beatles taught me how to do many moons ago. Let's line up these boxes. So welcome back everyone. I'm not looking at any chat yet. I will do. I don't think anyone's up yet in the US or North America because we do have Canadian friends too. And around the world, I hope. I'm just lining up the... I love the way this is done, actually. I do enjoy it. But every time I set the game up, just lining up the fielders. Okay, that's done. Center fielders. I like it when the players are in the field, so you can kind of see where to put your red marker. Kind of close here. It's playing a little bit. This is at Tiger Stadium, which is a big home run hitting normally for right-hand hitters. That one's the bottom of the fence. And that one's the top of the fence. It's a bit jerky. I will be doing a little bit of cricket later, but I just thought I'd just get my chops going again. I would do it in my British voice, not my pseudo-American voice. Although that's threatened to break through every now and again. I can't help myself. I grew up with Ralph Kiner. I grew up with Harry Carey. Right, all set, Governor. I think that's how it has to be. Right. Done a little bit of action basketball as well, which I've really enjoyed getting my basketball back up as well. I'm enjoying that. Haven't played any F-ball lately. Played a lot of soccer. Right, that's it. Sorted. Left field DCT a little bit to the left, so let's just quickly go back again. There we are. Job done. Happy days. So on the mound for Detroit today is Jack Morris. Behind the plate, Lance Parrish. Jack Morris, by the way, is 7-6. 7-8. My eyes deceive me. At a 1.437 WHIP and an ERA of 4.61. Not the best of starts. But at first base, Rick Leach. At second, Lou Whitaker. At shortstop, Alan Trammell. At third base, Tom Selleck, looking like Tom Brookins. And left field, Larry Herndon. Center field, Kirk Gibson. And in right field, Chet Lemon. Ex-White Sox there, it looks like. This is more looking like the 1984 Detroit Tigers. This is 82, so a lot of these guys are quite young. Let's have a look for the New York lineup. Leading off for them is Jerry Mumphrey. Batting second, the second baseman, Willie Randolph. Cards by Steve Tate, as you can see from the Shanks League. Batting third, having a wonderful season at the moment, is Dave Winfield. Winfield, in 310 at-bats, has got 25 home runs already, half the season gone. Batting fourth, the cleanup, is Roy Smalley, the shortstop. Bit of a surprise to me. Batting fifth, right fielder Ken Griffey. Batting sixth, Puff Nettles, Greg Nettles. Batting seventh, the first baseman, which is a weakness on this team. I think they keep rotating him to get the best out of them. However, Dave Collins, the veteran, 29-year-old veteran, is batting 276, just a tick above what he was doing in real life. Batting eighth, the popular Bobby Mercer. Ball's a popular broadcaster as well, from what I have learned. Not much very good on-base percentage at the moment, but playing a little bit above his normal stats. Batting ninth, one of the replacements for, along with Butch Weiniger, for the dearly departed Thurman Munson, died in 1979. And on the mound, Doyle Alexander. Now, that's a younger picture of Doyle. My memory of Doyle Alexander was with him with the tobacco in his cheek. I didn't get many closer to him as a kid, but that's what I remember. So here we go. See if I can remember how to do this. Jack Morris on the mound. Let's just straighten him up a bit, and we'll start the ball game. Yeah, Jack, get on the mound, sunshine. There we are. So here we go. Mumphrey will lead off. He steps up. Parrish puts a sign down. Here's the 0-2 from Jack. We're waiting a little bit here. He's just got something in his eye. And it's raining. That's probably why. Here's the 0-2. Straight to Tom Brookins. And that's the first out of the ball game. So welcome back to the Community MV. That's me welcoming myself back because I am part of the Red Bolt Nation of One. Anyone in the community knows what I'm talking about. The defending Howie Shanks Bingo League champions. Hello, Bernard Stroom. Hello. Hello, Bernard. Hello, Dwayne. How you doing? Good to see y'all. I heard y'all last night. Got me inspired again in your comment, Bernie, about the many comments actually. The 40-year break from Apple, that had me rolling. I was like, Mike, I didn't even remember all the charts. That was amazing. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. I think your clocks have gone back. Here's Willie Randolph, as Bernie reminds me. This is a left-hand hitting park, I believe. According to the stats here, though, in 1982, there's 54 home run boost. Not so good for righties. For the home run hitters, it's a big park to hit. Or a good park to hit. Here's Willie Randolph having a good season. Morris with a 1-1. Straight to Sweet Lou Whitaker at second. 2 away. brings up Mr. May, Dave Winfield. Dave Winfield having a great season, batting .390 and 25 home runs and already 81 RBIs halfway through the season. As the score, as you can see, 51 and 31 Yankees. He is the big difference between real life and what's been going on in this sim so far, because in real life, he batted .280 with 37 home runs and an .891 OPS, which is pretty good. But look at his line at the moment, doing pretty well. Morris looks in. Here's the 2-1. Drilled to first, Leach over, throws to Morris, and 1-2-3, the Yankees go down. Good to see you, midlife crisis. No, so, Fred Lynn of the Red Sox once hit 3 home runs and knocked in 10 RBIs in the game. Thank you, Bernie, and as welcome midlife crisis. And he says, no thanks to George Davis. I think that's a reference to the the very first, Ned McGreevy, where I had a fantastic rotation of Walter Johnson, Pete Alexander, Jack Feaster, somebody else I can't remember. I had those loaded, or we were loaded, I should say, the Red Bolts. And Midlife Crisis, if you go back and look at that recording, I think Beatles still has it, had a shortstop who later, by the way, Midlife Crisis, was part of the Red Bolt champions last season. George Davis played shortstop. I think in one game where Midlife Crisis had it in the bag going into the 8th, and I was frowning thinking, oh my God. George Davis made like 3 errors in the 8th inning, and we called him George freaking Davis. But that same George Davis played third base for the Red Bolts, and of course we came home with the trophy. Enough of Red Bolt Nation. Here we go. Here's Kirk Gibson stepping in. I will be doing some cricket soon. To lead off for the Detroit Tigers, the veteran Doyle Alexander on the mound. And Doyle Alexander strikes out Kirk Gibson. Gibson leading off with his speed. Here comes Lou Whitaker, another lefty hitter, as Bernie has indicated. Bernie has a library of books that I've seen in the Discord. I mean, I thought I had books on my Kindle and my household, but that covers all sports. I must have about 20 baseball books, probably, but you look like you've got a library there, Bernie. Here's Doyle Alexander now with the tobacco in his cheek. Is it tobacco? Here's Whitaker, waits. Here's the 2-1. That one is upper deck, gone out of here. Lou Whitaker starts off the bombing here. I shouldn't say that in this current state of the world affairs. Start off the home run with a 348-foot home run. Winfield could only look at it, and 1-0 Detroit. They're going to be something in the 83 replay and the 84 replay. Here we go. That one, Alexander let that curveball get away from him. Griffey will take it in right field as Wackenfuss drove it into right field. So 2 away now as Lance Parrish, or was getting mixed up with Larry Parrish, comes to the plate. This guy would win, be the catcher in 84 as well. Cerrone puts a sign down. Alexander with the windup. That one's hit high to left center field. Jerry Mumphrey closes, and that is the end of the first inning. Detroit 1, New York 0. Detroit trying to chase down the Yankees. Roy Smalley crouches and gets ready at the plate. Parrish settles down, sends a signal. Here's Morris. Count is 1-0. Ground ball, Rick Leach gobbles it up, and that's 1 away. So Bernie thinks it's hard to hit it out hit one out in center field. Okay, we shall see. What was very interesting, you guys were talking about yesterday on the Beatles broadcast, the long marathon broadcast. I think the record's 6.5 hours. I have no idea how long that went. I dropped to sleep at some point. But how many no-hitters you've seen, or perfect games? I know Dwayne and I watched Sandy Koufax get to I think it was 8 outs. And then the rain fell, and then when he came back, he gave up a hit. It's like, no! Here's Ken Griffey, batting .274. Ken Griffey Sr. Was a decent hitter, one of the Big 8 from the Cincinnati Reds. Here's Morris with a 1-0. Grounded up the middle. Whittaker to his right has it. Fires to first, and Griffey is down. 2 away. Lou Whittaker, who is not in the Hall of Fame, should be there, we believe. Good case for him to be there. I think Willie Randolph also deserves to be there, but that's me. Here's Greg Nettles, batting 199. So struggles with the bat. Not a lefty hitter. Here's the 2-2 for Morris. Grounded to Leach. Leach over the first, and that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1.5 innings, Detroit 1 and New York nothing. Brings Detroit to the plate again, and leading off will be Chet Lemon. Alexander's ready. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to Nettles. Nettles goes to his right and fires to first. And that's another out. I like these Yankees. They're a follow-on from my great Yankee team. 76, 77, and 78. And I think 81, they got to the World Series. So some of those guys are still around. That was the first team I fell in love with. I'm not a Yankee fan per se. I want to see them do well. I'm a Met fan. But that was the first team I fell in love with, the 70s Yankees. I did also like the Reds too. More for the font on the back of their shirts. And then a very clean-cut image, which I later discovered, was on purpose. The owner, I don't know who, Clue would tell me, or some of you guys would tell me. You know? An echo again. Where is this echo coming from? Okay, what I'm going to do...
Track 3.
So, the commentary has gone down again, and what I will do is put my mic back on, and maybe, I'm not sure why it's echoing, to tell you the truth. I have no idea. Let's see what happens. Oh, I know why. I think I got it. Here we are, Jerry Mumphrey 0 for 1. Jack Morris with 2 out here. Mumphrey, a good hitter. against righties. He will walk. So Cerrone at second, Mumphrey at first. Willie Randolph comes to the plate as their broadcasting booth having some sound issues. Hopefully y'all can hear me now. Welcome North America. This has been broadcast here from the time capsule here in Cardiff, UK. Cardiff, Wales. Willie Randolph 0 for 1. Runs at first and second. Here's the first pitch from Morris. Fastball crushed to left field. But no, stopped by Trammell. Nice stop by Alan Trammell. Didn't think he'd get that one. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 2.5, Detroit Tigers won. The veteran Yankees, nothing. Top of the table in the American League East. Leading off, Rick Leach, left-hander. Cerrone nods to Alexander. They're looking at their signs. Alexander is ready. First pitch. Hit high in the air. Cerrone goes back, rips off his mask. And he makes the catch, 1 away. Tiger Stadium, the old brick stadium, in all of its glory. Home run hitter spot. I want to see someone hit one to the 440 mark where Mumphrey is standing. Good crowd in here tonight. Here's Brookins at the plate. Here's the 0-2. This one is tagged to left field, but not far enough as the long legs of Dave Winfield catches it in left field. So Brookins is retired. 2 away. This Detroit team, very exciting. Looking down the list, I don't know who John. I know the name John Wockenfuss. If anyone would give me any sort of bio on John Wockenfuss. Did he play in '84? But I recognize pretty much everyone else. Here's Kirk Gibson, man of many heroics in 1988. Alexander looks in. Here's the 0-2. Change up freezes him, and that's he retires a side. Second strikeout for Doyle Alexander. The side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3 complete innings, the Detroit Tigers won. The New York Yankees nothing. We go to the top of the 4th inning now, and the explosive Dave Winfield will lead off. He's 0 for 1. Okay, thanks, Dwayne. Thanks, Bernie. Great stuff you guys are doing. The frequency of your broadcast astounds me. Like, wow. There is Dave Winfield, 0 for 1. Here's a 3-0 count. The wind-up from Jack Morris. And he walks him. So Morris holding on to a very flimsy 1-0 lead. Got the heart of the Yankees coming up. Not the most powerful, but just walked Winfield. Here's Roy Smalley. Someone I forgot played for the Minnesota Twins later than this time here and won a World Series. If at least one, maybe 2. What I didn't realize is how powerful he was. Morris looks in. Runner on first. Here's a 2-1. A curveball hit straight to center field. Gibson lets it drop and a base hit for Roy Smalley. So runner on second, runner on first. Nobody out. Danger here for Jack Morris. Ken Griffey comes in. He's a bit of a line drive hitter. Let's see, for real spray hitter, sorry. 32 years old. Base runner 6. 6-hit and run that won't come into play. Has good power against righties. So maybe he could get a double here, would be nice. Here's Morris. Here's the 0-1. Grounded to Trammell. They get 1. Whittaker over the Leach. They get 2. Double play. But Winfield will get down to 3rd. Just what Jack Morris needed. Nice play by Alan Trammell over to Whittaker. Over to Leach. And someone could tell me about Rick Leach. Here's Nettles now. 0 for 1. Nettles really struggling at the plate. Morris with the 2-0. High fly ball to center field. Kirk Gibson will go back and makes the grab to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 3.5. Jack Morris is cruising. Detroit 1, New York nothing. This is a good matchup here of two good pitchers who would be battling throughout the 80s. Jack Morris, of course, is a Hall of Famer, and Doyle Alexander had a very good career. I think he would go on from here to the Blue Jays, if I remember correctly, and the Atlanta Braves. If I'm right. I think I am. Here is Lou Whitaker now at the plate. He will lead off. Had a solo home run last time. Here's a 2-1. And he pops it behind, and Cerrone near the screen makes the catch. One away here as John Walkenfuss, the name I do like, steps up. So, Midlife said, always thought the 1970 Yankees were like a fine wine. As a Yankee hater over time, I learned to appreciate them. Yeah, I do like. I liked them at the time. I must admit, that's kind of what drew me in initially. Was the stardom, the pinstripes, the Yankee Stadium mystique, all of that stuff, and I was impressed with them. And so these players I do recognize really well, and they were great. Oh, so Smalley didn't win a World Series. Okay, maybe by '87 he was gone. So I think that's when the Twins won their first World Series. And then again, was it 87 or 82? Sorry, 87 or 92, I think it was. Or 91. So yeah, Smalley had been traded to the... So I'll check the winner. Thanks, Midlife Crisis. So here we go, Doyle Alexander now with John Walkenfuss at the plate. He's having a great season. In just a few at-bats, 119 at-bats, he's batting .370. Here's the 0-2 to Walkenfuss. Hits it high to center field. Jerry Mumphrey has it. 2 away. Brings up Lance Parrish. This Detroit team has some power. Alexander gets a sign from Cerrone. Here's the 2-2. That fastball blows him away. No runs, no hits, no errors after 4. Detroit 1, New York nothing. Tight ball game. Just what I wanted to see. Leading off the top of the 5th inning now, Dave Collins. Collins batting .275. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to Whitaker. Whitaker with a leach. And that's 1 away. Here's Bobby Mercer. Let's look at something from Bobby today. Mercer lined to second in the 3rd. Jack Morris, very businesslike. Mops his brow. He's ready. And Cerrone is up next. But now the rain has come down just a bit too much. This seems to be the bane of my life, rain in my Sims. So I had a rain delay. Check your pitcher, it says. And we've lost the pitcher, so Jack Morris will not return. And Dave Tobick will come in. So with a rain delay, has knocked Jack Morris out of the box. Dave Tobick, or Tobick, I think I'll say Tobick, is 4-1 on the season, 1.36 ERA. So he should do the job here, 4-1 on the season. Got 2 saves. And we go back to Bobby Mercer. Tobick is ready. His warm-up pitches are done. Cerrone on deck. Tobick gets a sign. Here's the 0-2. And a rope up the middle and a base hit for the popular Bobby Mercer. Yankees take a little nibble again. 1 man out, but 1 man on. There's Rick Cerrone, 1 for 1 today. He doubled last time up. Tobick looks in. Here's the 0-2. That's line to left field. This one could go. This one might go. This one has gone. Yankees 2, Detroit 1. Yankees 2, Detroit 1. Yankees 2, Detroit 1. Have I said that enough times? The Yankees come from behind after the break. Jack Morris wasn't giving up much, and now Tobick on the mound. And he's given up a home run. 29-year-old Dave Tobick got a good fastball, but he was smashed. Let's look at that again. Cerrone just got a piece of that, and the wind took care of the rest of it. Mercer came home, and Cerrone came home. 2-1 Yankees. Tobic shook his head there. And here we go again. Here's a 3-2 to Jerry Mumphrey. And Jerry Mumphrey goes to first. So, midlife crisis tells me Smalley had been traded to the White Sox by 85. Doesn't believe he won a World Series. Okay. Rick Leach, on the other hand, was a quarterback for the University of Michigan. Chose baseball instead. Thank you for the information. I think all these little information stuff, it brings color to the leagues. I mean, I know a lot, but not nowhere near you guys. I always like to, if I see a name I don't recognize, then I'll ask who's out there. Up in the broadcast booth, I see some familiar faces sitting down just below me. There's Dwayne Marks. There's Bernie. Bernie with a 40-year APA break. Which I think has completed his Boston Red Sox thing. The midlife crisis. The manager of George freaking Davis, who made at least 3 or 4 errors in a World Series game in the Ned McGreevy League, the initial draft league that we did. We see Dwayne Marks there. Looking forward to some horse racing from Dwayne. So, some 3 recognizable faces I see so far. I'll have to get my old binoculars out, see who else is out there. Here's Willie Randolph, 0 for 2. Runner on first. Tobic toes the rubber. Here's the 1-1. Grounded up the middle. Great play by Trumbull and Whittaker. Double play. Both guys showing their Keystone chops. And that retires the side, but 2-run score on 2 hits and no errors. After 4.5 innings, New York 2, Detroit 1. And I can see Doyle Alexander here has a sore arm, so what are the Yankees going to do? It's got a red 48 up. Chet Lemon now will kick off the bottom of the 5th. And yet there is a big change as Rudy May comes in. There's a 1-1 tip foul. So Rudy May, again, there's another guy, the Mays, apart from Willie May, I do know of another May, a Lee May and another Lee May. There's 2 Lee Mays, one with an E, I believe, from my memory. But this one I never knew about until we did Howie Shanks. I know Steve used to have him in his team. Left-hand hitter, left-hand pitcher. So both relievers are in there. 37 years old. He's on a 6-game winning streak. May 9-2 on the season, so we've got 2 good pitchers in a close ball game. 1-2 to count on Chet Lemon. May delivers curveball. Hit high to center field. No one seems to be able to hit it that far. Mumphrey closes his glove on it, and that's a retirement of Chet Lemon. 1 away. Here's Larry Herndon at the plate. Larry, 28 years old. 0 for 1 today. Lefty versus righty. Lee May goes into his windup. Here's the 2-0. Grounded to Smalley. Smalley up with it over to Collins. Got him. 2 out. Rudy May all business. Holding on to a 2-1 lead. The young Tigers against the veteran Yankees. Trumbull at the plate 0 for 1. Here's a 2-0 for May. Fastball. Grounded to Smalley. Smalley to Collins. And after 5, the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. New York 2, Detroit 1. Leading off the top of the 6th, Mr. May. Dave Winfield. Not going to hit so far today. Tobic. It's a fastball pitcher. He looks in. Parrish puts a signal down. Here's the 1-2. Winfield grounds to Leach, who takes it back to the bag. 1 away. Rick Leach at first. Nice splattering of a little bit of experience there. Larry Herndon is 28 years old. Tom Brookins is 28 years old. So these guys in the athletic peak. But Lou Whittaker It's just 25. Alan Trammell, I think, is even younger, 24. Kirk Gibson, 25. Chet Lemon, I think, is a bit older, 27. So these guys are primed for something special, which we know did happen. And Parrish himself, 26. This is a young club on the up. Tobik now, facing Smalley. That's popped up. Smalley pops it up to Parrish. And he has it measured to make the catch. 2 away. Tight ball game. New York have only had 4 hits, but Detroit have only had 1. Here's Ken Griffey, Senior. He's due a hit. Tobik looks in, gets a sign. Here's the first pitch. Grounded to second. Lou up with it. Throws to first to get his man. No runs, no hits, no errors after 5.5 innings. New York Yankees 2, Detroit 1. Just 1 hit so far given up by the Yankee pitching. Doyle Alexander was lights out until he had a sore arm just after the rain. Now Rudy May looking to lock it down. Here's Rick Leach, left-hand hitter, 0 for 1 today. Leach popped to the catcher last time up. May gets his sign from Cerrone. But now we have a pinch hitter, Lynn Jones, coming in. Jones grounds it to Collins. Collins flips it to May. And that's 1 away. Sometimes Action PC gives you very little time to react to the pinch hitter. Here's Tom Brookins now. May gets a sign. Here's the 1-1. Deep fly ball by Brookins. And that is to Dave Winfield in left. And that's 2 away. Kirk Gibson comes up now. The young future star of the Detroit Tigers. He's ready. May looks in. Here's a 2-0-2. Change up. Grounded to Puff. Puff over the first. Got him after 6 innings. New York still leads 2-1. So midlife crisis say, it was either playing for his beloved Tigers or as a backup for the Broncos. That's fair. Okay, midlife, we will see you soon. Enjoy your breakfast. I just had a lunch. Was it carbonara? Spaghetti carbonara. Lovely. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping in, midlife, as always. Thank you so much. It's the return of MV, folks. I have missed the community. I've been listening in. I was trying to get some energy really for work, so I can't stay up late as I used to. But last night was very funny and interesting. Really lovely anecdotes all the way through. Michael, Bernie, Big Clue, Dwayne, Beatles, of course. Have I missed anyone? But it was fun. Please, if you haven't seen that one or heard it, I think even Big Al came into the chat. Loads of people in the chat, actually. It was good fun. Bloody good old days. Here we are. Nettles, 0 for 2. Here's the 1-1. Drilled up the middle of straight to Alan Trammell. 1 away. Here's Dave Collins now. 7th inning. Tight ball game. I'm enjoying this one. Here's the 1-2. Grounded to Cabell. Is in at first. So a few defensive changes now. Enos Cabell playing first. 32-year-old Enos. Opinions, please, on Enos Cabell. I remember him being a good player. Here's Bobby Mercer, 1 for 2. Had a single in the 5th. Tobik trying to settle down. Two balls, 1 strike. That one hit deep to center field. As Bernie said, it's hard to hit one out. And that's the end of the inning. Welcome back, everybody. We go to the bottom of the 7th. I almost forgot. That's how long I haven't played the sim, for about 5 or 6 weeks. I was in the West Indies, in Jamaica, having coffee in the Blue Mountains, where I could actually see clouds on the same level I was, which is a novelty for me. That was fun, drinking rum, drinking Blue Mountain coffee, very famous coffee. Had a lot of fun out there. Here's Lou Whitaker now, batting 272, 11 home runs and 40 over, and God bless that I needed that holiday. There we are, Rudy May looking in. Nope, Bruce Gossage now coming in from the bullpen. And Gossage gets the first out with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So Bruce Gossage is on here early. I think that is baseball convention, to bring in your closer maybe from the 7th and the 8th. I used to think it was the 9th, but I've read somewhere that it's more effective to bring your closer in the 7th if you can, or the 8th. Don't ask me why, I think the book says that. Here's Wackenfuss. Gossage gets a sign. Here's a 3-2. Up the middle, fielded by Goose Gossage. Over the first, got him. I was fascinated with Goose Gossage as a kid. Just his whole image. 2 away now for the Yankees. Looking good, but still tight. Lance Parrish at the plate. 1-2 count. Parrish is just deep. Mumphrey has it. And makes the catch to retire the side. And now we have a new pitcher now for Detroit. They've played well today. The reliever is Larry Pashnick. Pashnick, 26 years old, a ground ball pitcher. On the season, he's 2-3. So a good holding job there, but the pitcher did give up the home run. Here's Cerrone, 2 for 2 today. Top of the 8th inning. Fans restless. They've only seen 1 hit from Detroit. They don't want to see the Yankees hit anymore. Pashnick looks in. Here's the 1-1. And that's high to left field. Herndon hustling. Makes the play in left field. 1 away. I don't know much about Pashnick. I don't remember him. But here's one I do. Jerry Mumphrey. Mumphrey 0 for 1. He's walked twice, though. He's got on base. Parrish puts the target down. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball back to Pashnick. Pashnick to Cabell. 2 away. Enos Cabell now playing first. Keeping an eye on the substitutions. Nice cool evening in-game weather. The wind is 17 miles per hour out to left field, and we saw that home run by Cerrone was a wind assisted. Here's Willie Randolph drawing blanks today. He's 0 for 3. Pashnick kicks and fires on the 1-1. And that's hit up the middle. Trammell with a great play to his left, and over the first, got him. That's Alan Trammell flashing his grub. Nice diving stop by Trammell. No runs, no hits, no errors after 7.5. The Yankees 2, Detroit 1. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Goose Gossage on the mound. The bill of his cap pulled out high over his head, and there he is. Steve Tate. Hello, Steve. Got some basketball for you. Here's Chet Lemon at the plate. As might have well known, Steve dropped in. It's his Detroit Tigers. Gossage with the bill pulled low over his brow. Nods. Here's a 3-1. Could lose him. High and outside as Glenn Wilson, pinch hitter, goes to first. Glenn Wilson will be a very valuable member of the Houston Astros a couple of seasons later. Here's Larry Herndon. Herndon is 0 for 2 today. Man on first. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out. Gossage with his first strikeout. Brings up Trammell 0-2. Detroit just one hit today. Damage was done by Doyle Alexander and Rudy May in relief. Now Gossage. Here's his turn. Trammell's a good bunter. Score is 2-1. Smalley doesn't play the man at the lead runner, but will throw to first and get his man. That's what happens when you play Roy Smalley at short. Couldn't turn the double play, but threw over to first. 2 out. Enos Cabell comes to the plate. Enos, a veteran hitter, looks at the mound. Gossage is ready. Runner on second. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out. A bad pitch and a bad swing. Gossage gets the punch out. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 8 complete. If you're watching in North America in the morning, your clocks have gone forward or back. Let me know. The Yankees 2, Detroit 1, and we go to the top of the 9th inning now. Pashnik on in relief. Larry Pashnik. Here's Dave Winfield. He's having a quiet game today. 0-2. Here's the 0-1. Bounces to third. Brookins up with it over to Cabell. Got him. It's a young Tiger team hanging in there. Here's Smalley, 1-3. In out-of-the-park baseball, this will be fun because if I was playing a league game with out-of-the-park talent engine on, not replay, and using what we call recalc, which I think Beatles would tell everyone who doesn't know, then I'd like to know how Larry Pashnik turns out. I'd have a bit more control over his training. You know, some of these players that, you know, didn't go on to the 84. I'm intrigued already with Larry Pashnik. Here's Roy Smalley, 1-3. He can hit him out. Here's the 0-1. That one on cue is gone. Roy Smalley, just on cue, makes it 3-1 Yankees. Larry Pashnik. There we go. Fastball down the pipe. Smalley with a big swing out into right field, and that one's out of here. Glenn Wilson could only watch that one go. So it opens up now. Pashnik a bit angry with himself as Ken Griffey comes in 0-3. Here's the 1-1. Bounced up the middle. Whittaker over to Cabell. Got him. 2 away. The Detroit Tigers, this young team, has just made it more difficult for themselves. Here's a veteran, Puff Nettles, 0-3. Pashnik sets. This is popped up, and Nettles' bad season continues. And a pop-up, and that is out. So, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Folks, thank you for having it. I changed my clock last week. In the UK, it was last week. We went back one hour? Yeah, 1 hour. I get with you guys, I guess you do the same thing, right? I think they call it daylight saving time. I kind of like it. I mean, I'm under pressure with work and all that as always, but I kind of like when the weather gets a bit cold. I love summer, obviously, well, because of heat. But at the same time, I find I work better during the winter than I do the summer because I'm distracted. Whereas in the winter, you don't want to be staying up too late. You want to get yourself under your bed with your duvet. Do you know what I mean? A hot water bottle if you haven't got a woman. Yeah. If you do, hang on tight. Have the blankets over you. And, you know, sleep. This is what I did last night. Sugar. Did I turn off my heater this morning? Oh my God. Anyway, that means my bedroom's really warm. And I don't know, my mood just seems to change. Some people have a different mood in the evenings. Pashnik Patrick and Paris, that's a battery. So here we go, closing out the game now. Goose Gossage. Brookins at the plate, 0 for 2. I'll do a bit of cricket later on, Dwayne. There's a base hit for Brookins, so here we go. Detroit have a chance. There's Kirk Gibson, his due. 0 and 3 to go for 3. Gibson at the plate, waits, runner on first. Gotcha stares in, here's the 3-1. Inside, so we have some drama brewing here. Nobody out. Can these young Tigers bring it back? The veteran future Hall of Famer, Gossage, trying to close it down for the Yankees. Whittaker has 6-game winning RBIs on the season. Stat you don't see anymore. Wackenfuss on deck. Runners on first and second. Here's the 1-1. Fastball. Grounded up the middle. Smalley to Randolph, and they only turn 1. So the runners advance. Brookins at third. Whittaker at first. The winning run at the plate. What they need is a home run from Wackenfuss. He's at 3-game winning RBIs this season. Here we go. Coming down to this now. Can Wackenfuss pull something out against Gossage? Cerrone will have a chat with Gossage. Gets back behind the plate. Wackenfuss now waits. Gossage looks to first. Stares in for the slide. Here's the 0-2. Grounded to Randolph. Randolph to Smalley to Collins. Game over. Roy Smalley, who I was not that keen on, has just turned a double play. And that is it. Nice play there by Randolph, I should say, made the play. Double play. Smalley to Randolph to Collins. New York 3, Detroit 1. The veteran Yankees come out of Detroit with a 3-1 victory. There we go. So a quick look at this. I have to remember that my window is wide open. I think, oh, he's back to his baseball again. Here we go. New York 3, Detroit 1. I was very impressed with May, actually. May goes to 10-2 in relief. How did he get the win? Anyway, he did. I remember the injury to Doyle Alexander. But that was interesting to watch this ball game for me. Hope it was for you. Alexander pitched 4 innings. Gave just 1 hit, 1 run, 1 home run, 3 strikeouts. Rudy May was impressive, the veteran. 2 innings pitched, nothing doing for him. They couldn't touch him. Goose Goss is a bit, well, not shaky. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit given up, 2 strikeouts. Jack Morris was pretty good until, again, rain came and Jack was off the mound. When the rain stopped, Jack was finished. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, and that's why it was a tight ball game. Gave up no earned runs. Tobic gave up a home run, as did Pashnik. And that's your ball game. So we had 3 home runs in total in the ball game. And that was that. So we'll wrap up the day with the following. I'll just let it all settle down, as it does take a second or two. Let's just play. So the season, Rod Carew is leading the hitting. Let's just play out the day. And that will be me for the day. So what did you play? June? Lycée? Yeah, so far, really good. Baltimore lose to Detroit. Philadelphia stay on top of their division. They're in a tie at the moment with St. Louis. St. Louis win also. My hapless Mets didn't look so good. We go back a step. Yeah, my Mets beat Pittsburgh, actually, which is good to see. Actually, what is going on here? It's a 6. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, the Mets lost to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's hammering them 17-3. Texas, who have just won the real World Series, 3 Milwaukee 6. And we're waiting for Harvey's Wallbangers to do something in the East. They're not doing anything at the moment. They swapped positions with the Yankees. Seattle 1, Minnesota 4. Cleveland was a surprise this year, 1. Kansas City now stepping up 4-3 behind the pitching of Larry Gura. The veteran Giants is having a poor season, 3. Houston Astros behind Nolan Ryan, 6. Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, 11. The Oakland A's, to the A's must be the worst team ever in Oakland's history. 23-60. I wonder what they did in real life. Chicago White Sox, though, are one of the favorites this season in the West. They are 15-33. Boston Red Sox, not very good this season. 36-47. California Angels, again, one of the powerhouses in the West, American League West, as it was then. They lose to Dennis Eckersley. Atlanta 2, Los Angeles 3, the Dodgers, behind Steve Howe. 6-3. Steve Howe, I think, later succumbed to drug issues. Al had Madhead Gary and Hrabowski, 1-2. Garvey was 3 for 4 in that game. The San Diego Padres, the Friars, 8. The Chicago Cubs, 2. So that wraps up the league standings. In terms of who's leading the league, Milt Wilcox is the main man, it looks like, in terms of ERA. Let's wait for it to update. Rick Sutcliffe is next. And all these names I remember: Eric Shaw, Kent Tocogli, I think that's Phil Necro. No, Joe Necro. Apologies. Joaquin Andujar, Jerry Royce, my man Mario Soto, Steve Carlton still doing well. Who is this Rawley? Shane Rawley, I remember the name. Doing well for New York. Batting, Rod Carew, Bill Madlock, Stearns, that's not Turkish Stearns, the Negro League, that's John Stearns on a 20-game winning streak. Nice. For my Mets. Dusty Baker, Al Oliver, is it Al Oliver? Looking good. The veteran Al Oliver still looking good. Jim Rice, looking good. Home runs, Winfield, Kingman. I think yesterday we were talking about Schwarber being today's Dave Kingman, which was really funny but true. The Kong has hit 22 home runs so far. Schmidt, Murphy, Horner. So Atlanta have a nice year. So any surprises in the West would be the Braves, because I think that's Dwayne Marks' Braves. They would have done well at the time. Yeah, they did, Dwayne. It was the era, I remember Len Bias in 1986 succumbing to cocaine. It was around that time. That's where Dwight Gooden, Strawberry, all those guys, in fact the entire Red Mets roster, I think, was on coke. But it was the era. Looking back now, you can see it was the era. But no, thanks everybody. That was my reintroduction back into the community. I am doing a lot of basketball and cricket. I will come on later to do some cricket before everyone starts doing their thing. But I'm doing a lot of action PC basketball. I've got the franchise stuff, the franchise greats, decade greats. I think Steve had some slices up there on the net I found. So I've been really enjoying that. And also doing it on NBA 2K4. I've now found a Charles Barkley that I like and a Reggie Miller that I like. They were absent from the game itself. They're the main stars. Absent, I think. There's another one. He played for Detroit. What's his name? Not Rasheed Wallace. Yeah, Rasheed Wallace, I think it is that's missing. Is it Rasheed? One of them's missing anyway, from that era. So once I plug them into my NBA 2K, then I'll do a lot more of that because I really enjoy that. Yeah, Blade made a playoff in 82, and here they're struggling a little bit. Just looking at them at the moment, Dwayne. Pitching. I'd get you. Rick Mailer, there's our Rick. Rick's doing well. God bless him. Rest his soul. Rick Mailer. I had a Rick Mailer day the other day. Well, a few months ago. Phil Necro, old Nuxie, is winning. But not much else. Look at their rotation. Does that look like it? Is that Pascal Perez? Not the best. There's Bedrock, Steve Petrosian. Not a bad bullpen looking at it. There's Donnie Moore. I'm sure that's Donnie Moore. But now he's inactive. So I've let the computer mess around with him a bit. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching. I know it's down to 2 now, just me and you, Dwayne, and probably one poor person. But the broadcast is over. But just to say thanks for coming in, Dwayne. Much appreciated, as always. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you very much for listening in and watching in and contributing, as always. And yes, it's good to be back. Steve came in briefly. It was good to see Steve. God bless him. He was asking me, are those mountains better than the ones in West Virginia? He's going to be on my case again. Life came in also. And anybody that was lurking as well, you're most welcome to lurk, because I often lurk. And that's not even online. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Bernie and Dwayne in particular, I'm sure you'll be on later on. So Dwayne says, Mora had a cup of coffee at 82. Very tragic. In fact, I read a book, or I'm reading a book about that 86 playoff season, which was dramatic. I mean, I can't see anything better than that. When the Angels faced the Red Sox and the the Mets and the Astros. I mean, I've never seen baseball like that, ever, since or before. And I'm sure in 81 there was a legendary series, and I'm sure there's been legendary series since. But does it beat the 86 playoff series, where it was just 4 teams, 2 for the National League, 2 for the American League, the old way of baseball? I don't think there's anything better than that. And that was great. And Donnie Moore blew it. Oh, God. So this particular book goes through in great detail what happened. Even the shooting, actually, which is quite sad. Anywho, I will see you all on the other side. Thanks for everybody. MV is back and, healthy, hopefully. And I'll see you all soon. Take care.